Hey, what's up, everybody? Michael the Ark here, and today we are back out on Call of the Wild with another weapon information episode. Today we are taking a look at one of the absolute most used weapons in the entire game, and that is the Virant 22 LR. Now, this gun is going to come in Weapon Pack 1 DLC, and it is one of it has two variations. The one you see here is the Express, and the one you see here is the Classica. Now, this gun has 10 ammo or 10 rounds per clip or magazine, whatever it is called, or y'all want to call it. This gun is going to cost you a whopping $0 in game because it is part of a DLC pack, and it's going to be free to purchase the guns themselves. So we're going to go ahead and look at this here, and let's see. Okay, there it is. Sometimes this thing is a little bit weird when you have to press the certain things. So, you have the Express variant and then the Classica variant. Now, also, to unlock this, you do not need anything, any type of gun score or anything. It is unlocked when you download and install the Weapon Pack 1 DLC. So this weapon is going to weigh 2.5 units of weight. It is going to have an effective range of 109 yards or 100 meters. However, I have shot plenty of stuff at 400 plus yards, 430 yards, stuff like that. This gun is very, very good for long range if you know how to aim it. And we're going to try our best to go over that a little bit later. It has an accuracy of 100, recoil of 10, reload speed of 49, and hip shot is 86. There are two variants, as I said. This is the premium variant. I believe that personally is my favorite one. I do change these out depending on what other guns I have, so I can quickly look at the color of it and know what gun it is. Now, as far as compatibility, it does work with the Argus, which is going to run you 36,000 credits. It does work with the Ascent and the Gen 0, which, if the Gen 0 is a DLC, the high-tech weapon pack, but these two are basically the same scope, and this one here is just a night vision overlay of the Ascent. If with some weapons, the Ascent and the Gen 0 actually shoot a little bit off, so take it to the range and make sure that for you it does shoot accurately. If not, then you need to compensate for that if you're going to use that. The Hyperion works with it as well, and that's going to run you 12,000 credits. And this gun is really, or this scope is really good for it. You can actually take much further shots with the Hyperion than you can the Argus. The Argus, you don't have as much room, as much play in the scope itself because it zooms in so far. So it is a very weird thing that you can zoom in further with the Argus, but the Hyperion actually gives you, if you put it all the way at the bottom of the scope, you're going to be shooting much further. This gun is also compatible with the Red Raptor, although I would not suggest using the Red Raptor for this at all. But that is going to run you 6,000 credits. There is only one ammo, and this ammo is going to work for this gun and the pistol, and this has an effective range of 109.36 yards, which is 100 meters. It has a penetration of 5, expansion of 10, and it only covers class 1. Now, you can shoot a coyote and kill it with this. It probably works better than the 223 even, and I know that it used to because I actually used to hunt them on scoring 1.0 with this gun here. However, you're not going to get any type of integrity for that if you do that anymore. So let's go on and go over here and take a look at this. We have set our targets at 50 meters, 55 yards. As with the lever action rifles, the 22 is going to have about the same range with the sights, and that is at long zeroing 150 meters, 164 yards. Middle zeroing is 109 yards, 100 meters. And then short zeroing is 55 yards, 50 meters. With iron sights, you want to actually hold the circle part over what you're shooting at, which makes it very hard to actually do right. And it does shoot slightly to the right. Every time it shoots slightly to the right. As I said earlier, it does work with the Red Raptor, so we're going to take a shot with that. It's very iffy to shoot with the Red Raptor. Now, with the Ascent, it is very easy to shoot with that gun or with that scope. We're going to go ahead and zero for the 100 meter mark and set up our targets for that as well. And with the Ascent, it is dead on at that. So that means that the Gen 0 should work 100% properly for it as well. Now, we're going to switch out, and actually, we're going to do that there as well. We want to go ahead and put the Hyperion on and put the Argus on. Now, with this, we're going to go ahead and have the 100 meter mark still there. So this is with the Hyperion. And it is pretty much dead on with that at that range. With the Argus, it should be dead on. And it is. Now, we're going to go up to 150. Zero for the long zeroing. And with your Hyperion, it's still going to be dead in the center. If you look, I shot a little bit. It's actually shooting a little bit higher than the 164. It is just over top of the cross line at that range. I'm not sure why. But it is just over top of it. It's good enough to be dead on, though. If you are really shooting at a duck or something, it will work. However, the Argus should be about the same at this range. And it is. It's actually shooting right over top of it there for some reason. And yeah, it's like it shoots at the top of the crosshair for some reason right there, to where instead of being right in the center of it, you kind of need to put it right under what you're aiming at. Now, this is where things get a little bit different with this gun, if it will do it. We're going to switch out to 200 meters, and we're going to start taking some different types of shots and see if we can hit at longer ranges. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is 200 meters at 218 yards, and we are zeroed for 164 yards or 150 meters. What you want to do is put it just over the first dot. are just barely over that first dot for this range. And you're going to hit it. So that is, as I call it, that is 4/5 of the way down from center. Okay. Now, for our next test, we're going to have to keep the gun zeroed to the same thing. We're going to go to 250 meters, which is going to be 273 yards. And this is going to be shot at 1 dot and 5/6 down, or basically at right above the second dot. So right above the second dot for 250 meters, 273 yards. The next one is going to be your 300 meters or 328 yards. And again, guess what? It's going to be right above your third dot. So you see, I actually put it on the dot. It's going to be just above it there. I'm going to have to lay down because for some reason, with the Argus right now, you just cannot barely aim this thing. But as you see, we were exactly where I'm aiming. There you go. Now, what if you want to go even further than that? Well, that is doable as well. 350 yards. Okay? Where to aim at 350 yards? You want to put the red dot down there directly in the middle of where it's half over and half under the start of the thick line at the bottom. And that is going to be 350 yards. Now, but wait a minute. You said you done a 400-meter shot. I did. 437 yards. 400 meters. Now, to do this, we're going to have to actually lay down and back up to get this to work. And the reason for that is you will hit these if you don't do so. But you want to aim about, you want to break the, you see the thick line going down after what I call the fourth dot. Okay, you got 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, and then that's the fourth dot right there. The line at the bottom. So what you want to do is break that into, mentally break that into 8. So you want to go at 3/8 of that, or just above midways. And that is a 437 yard shot, 400 meter shot. You need to make sure that you are shooting at something that's big enough, such as a turkey or a goose, and you will have no problems with that. Now, that's with the Argus. So what about with the Hyperion? Okay, well, let's go back through it and let's figure that out as well. We have set it to 200 meters, which is 218 yards. And this I am absolutely not sure of how to do it. If I recall correctly, with this, you want to go about 1/4 of the way down from center. Okay. We're going to put it right in the middle. That's too high. Right in the middle. And you see that's a little bit high. So you want to go just above the center of that point. Right there. All right, so that is your 200 meter, 218 yards. Now, in here we have 250 meters. And if I recall correctly, this one, now we're going to lay down for this to make this a little bit more accurate or easier to do. If I recall correctly, for this one, it's about at the dot, maybe. Okay, it's just above the dot, it seems. Yeah, just above the first dot is going to be 250 yards, which, or no, 250 meters, which is 273 yards. And again, 250 meters. For 300 meters, if I'm not mistaken, it actually starts dropping a little bit more here. I'm going to just do some test shots. Oh, there you go. It's about, I would say, 2/5 of the way down in between dot 1 and 2. That is about 1/5. That's about 2/5. So you can see that that's, again, that's about the right spot. Try to get one perfect. There we go. That's about as close as I'm going to get with it. Okay. Now, for this one, that was the 300 meter, 328 yard shot. So let's go for 350 meters. For 350 meters, I am not sure where to aim at all, to be honest with you. Let's start at the second one. And actually, 350 meters is dead on with the second one. So let's lay down and make sure. And it is. Okay, that wasn't hard. So let's go ahead and try 400 meters. This is a 437 yard shot. Let me make sure that is right. 437 yards, yes. And after this, there's no way to really do any longer shots out here. You have to aim too high. For this one, if that was at the second, then let's aim at the third one then. Okay, let's aim 2.5. As you can see at this range, for some reason, and I had this problem before. Alright. I had this problem before with the Hyperion. It seems that once you get over that 300 yard or the 350 yard shot, meter shot, it seems like with the Hyperion, it goes all over the place, and I'm not sure why that is. So that would have been, I'm going to say, that was about 4/5 of the way down in between the second and third. Okay, we can reproduce that, so maybe even 3/5. Yeah, in between 3 and 4/5, so about you can see how it is. Now, if that's a turkey, we're smoking that turkey all day long at 400 yards, 437 yards. So we're not hitting a bullseye, but we are smoking that turkey. That black area is about the size of the target you're going to have. So that's about where you're going to need to aim. Just to see, we're going to do 450 meters, which is actually about 470 some yards, I think. From my experience, I think that you actually hit the thing trying to do this, but let's attempt it. So yeah, we hit the thing up there. Let's see. At that, we're not hitting it. We're still too high. Too high. Too high. Yeah, we're hitting the actual ceiling of the thing here, these boards up here. So we won't be able to do that, unfortunately. But that is how you shoot with the Hyperion with the 22. So the Hyperion and the Argus are amazing scopes for this. This can be used long range. If you see a turkey way out there, max render distance even, you can get that turkey easily with the 22. I hope y'all have enjoyed. I definitely enjoy shooting this gun here at the range. I will see y'all next time.